Hey guys, Kyle the Death Note of Anime here, bringing you my review for One Piece chapter 876. And right off the bat, I need to reread to you guys a little blurb in the beginning of this chapter. Honestly, I really need to read it. To you. It's fucking hilarious. Nami X Zeus, an unprecedented attack. And taking out the unprecedented attack part, when I first heard that Nami X Zeus stuff, I was like, that the Nami X Zeus thing had me rolling on the floor laughing and thinking, Oda's into some kinky pairing shit, and considering Oda is Oda, I wouldn't be surprised if that's what it was. If that's the joke he was telling. Like, seriously, he was. I think he was just making a joke at all the pairing shit that goes on in anime and manga. And yeah, it's funny as hell, honestly to say. Um, Another good, but aside from that, like one good thing about this chapter I found is that I really like how much focus we got on Sanji in this chapter, because aside from the amazing stuff we got in the Year of Sanji, it did feel like he was mostly sidelined in the middle to latter portions of this arc, but at the very least, I can say it's an interesting. I do think it's kind of an interesting twist in a way to see Sanji is going to solve a problem with his cooking skill rather than his fighting skill. I mean, I think there have been moments like that in the past, but I think they've mostly been, I think in the anime, but I think they've mostly been, I think it's been filler arcs that have explored that concept, but I don't know if we've ever really gotten a full on arc before where Sanji's really done has really utilized his cooking skill over his fighting skills in order to solve in order to stop a bad guy. So in order to stop a villain or an antagonist. So it is a very interesting twist. The only time that really comes to mind of Sanji using his cooking skill rather than over his fighting skill is in his introduction of is in his introduction to the series in his little arc. It was the Baratie arc, yeah, in that arc. Like that's the only time I think I've ever really seen him use his cooking skill in order to solve a problem. But and he used his fighting skill too. But never before have I really seen. Never before, aside from that arc, have I really seen him utilize his cooking skill for such a reason. But hey, it is definitely going to be interesting for sure to see because Sanji, Chiffon, and Pudding they're all going to make a cake now, and knowing Oda, I bet he's going to even make that make the concept. I get he's even going to make the concept of Sanji making a wedding cake look completely badass because hey, it's freaking One Piece. They even make their they even make the silliest. Oda manages to make the silliest of fucking scenarios silliest or even mundane scenarios look badass, and I bet he can make Sanji making a wedding cake look badass. So hey, why not? It'll work, right? So yeah. Um, but the one thing that does kind of make me question right now is like it was a line I think from either it was Chiffon or Pudding who said, if we go ahead and make this cake, then I bet I bet that the mama will let you go. And yeah, I seriously doubt it's gonna be as simple as that because okay, maybe you could argue that the smashing of the picture and the ruining of the wedding cake was all just a testament to her going insane. But Luffy had done a lot more to Big Mom even previously before that and before she went insane. So yeah, don't think it's gonna. I don't think it's gonna be that easy as them making the winning kick and Big Mom letting them go. I mean, maybe she'll respect Luffy enough to say I'll give you a head start or something like that. But yeah, I'm not convinced it's gonna be the completely all that cut and dry in terms of them making the wedding cake and then suddenly all's gonna be forgiven. That there's just been too much that went on in this arc to really for really that to happen. Um, but yeah, like as far as the cooking, but yeah, as far as making of the wedding cake itself goes, in a way, it does make sense because And in this particular situation, the whole Sanji making wedding cake in order to solve the problem, it does make sense because there's really no other way in order to stop this insatiable appetite that Big Mom has right now for cake. Just that one scene of seeing of just that one scene of the one panel of Big Mom shouting "wedding cake" in that gigantic hole Nami made. That was just that just already proves how much Big Mom's appetite has made her invincible. Like I completely eat my words now when I said that when I said that being crazed can actually being insane going insane can actually weaken you, but in this case it ain't the case for Big Mom. Going insane actually makes her stronger, and that's the part that freaking scares me to shit. That she can actually grow strong. She actually grows stronger with each and every. That she actually grows stronger even when she goes fucking bonkers and cuckoo and whatnot. So yeah, yeah. Big Mom is definitely, as far as the Yonko are concerned, Big Mom is definitely in a league of her own. I will say that for sure. Like nothing can hurt this bitch, even when even when she goes insane. Seriously. Yeah. Also, one thing this chapter did for me is it confirmed my suspicion, and maybe it's been confirmed for a while now, that Pudding does indeed have a two-face problem, like a two-face syndrome. Because we see her mind constantly flip-flopping in this chapter between the sadistic bitch we hated when she was first introduced in chapter 850, I believe, and the sweet innocent girl that Luffy and the crew were initially introduced to. And I can't lie, I kind of flip flop myself as to how I feel about the way Oda handled this, about the way Oda handled it in this chapter. Because on one hand, it's One Piece, it's Oda. He'll find the most dark. He'll take the darkest of scenarios, the darkest of personalities or situations, and create some kind of comedy or of comedy and levity out of it. But, and don't get me wrong, it was funny. But at the same time, I'm looking back and asking, is it really necessary to have comedy in this situation? Because you definitely could have done something with that. You could have had a conflict of you could have had a conflict you could have had a conflict of Chiffon trying to reason with her sister, who probably reason with her sister and whatnot. But it's like, okay, but yeah. So like, I'm flip flopping my just like I guess just like just like putting flip flops between personalities. I'm flip flopping between whether or not I like the way I handle this or not. Because again, it's funny, but was it really necessary to make it into a joke? I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. I mean, I guess if you wanted to make you have a really interesting concept of dueling personalities, and you make a joke out of it. It's like, I don't know. Like, I guess you could argue that maybe we've seen this from the that maybe we've already explored all that maybe Oda's already secretly been exploring all this from the very beginning of Pudding's introduction, and we just haven't really been really fully noticed or aware of it. And in that case, then Oda is subtle as fuck. But yeah, it is a touch. I guess it is one of those things where it's like, okay, whatever. But yeah, but yeah, and yeah, but and now and the final and also Chopper and Brooke taking on those chest soldiers. Okay, they took out a few crusty soldiers, sure, but it looks like there's almost a battle between them and it was Commander Cot Kakuri is in the works from the looks of it. Like, it seems Oda is setting up a battle between between Chopper and Brook and one of the Sweet Commanders who's caught a Kuro or and even Paraspero, I think. But yeah, I'm like they definitely took out a few a few soldiers, sure, but can they even take on a Sweet Commander and one of Big Mom's sons? Like, I think they can definitely hold their own. I think they can definitely hold their own for sure against it was Perospero, but I'm not sure about Katakuri. Like, I think that guy's gonna be in a league of his own. I think they're gonna need some backup in order to take him on, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much my review. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe, or follow me on Twitter and Facebook. That Night of Anime, signing off. Later, guys.